Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Coalcracker. Today we're going to making bannock. Bannock is a very traditional food for outdoorsmen, and it's probably the food that I first started cooking when I got heavily involved in bushcraft and survival. Now there's 1,000 different ways to make this, but I'm going to show you my favorite way. It is more of a pancake style bannock, but I also like the real grainy types. Just do a search online and see what you like. But for this recipe, you're going to need the following ingredients. The beauty of bannock is that it's very simplistic, so feel free to experiment. But for this recipe, we just got to mix everything together, and then we're going to cook it in a cast iron pan over the fire. First thing we're going to do is mix 2 parts flour, 1 part milk, egg powder that equals about 2 eggs, about a tablespoon of baking powder, dried fruit. I'm going to add some dried blueberries. You can add just about anything you would want to this. Lastly, we want to add some water because this is going to give us our dough consistency. Just like when we made any of our other doughs, be sparingly with the water. You just want to make this dough, you don't want to make it a watery, runny mess. You can see I can still handle the dough, but it's a little bit sticky yet. So this is the exact consistency that we're looking for. Next thing we're doing is heating up our cast iron pan. Now, because of all the snow and my wood being a little bit wet, we have a lot of smoke, so bear with me here. But you just want to get that warm. You don't want to get it that we're actually frying the bread. We just want to bake it. But I still put a little bit of oil on the inside just to coat the bottom of that pan. And again, that's just good old vegetable oil. So I'm going to get that good and coated in this pan, and then what we're going to do is heat this up yet a little bit more and then start to cook our bannock on it. So what I'm going to do is lay it out. You can hear it frying a little bit, but that ain't going to hurt anything. I'm going to pat this down, and that's it. We're just going to let this slow cook. We don't want to fry this, so I'm going to pull it back off the heat and allow it time to cook. What I'm going to do now is I like to flip this. Some people will actually prop this up and cook it that way. I don't know, maybe this is totally inappropriate and you can't call it bannock then, but I always like to do this. See, it's golden brown on one side. I'm going to let this slow cook now. That's why I pulled it back off the heat. Brown it up on the other side, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. Again, you can always prop this up, and I think I'm going to make that style bannock in an upcoming video, but this is more of a pancake style, so this works really, really well. Just how it is. All right, check it out. Golden brown. Golden brown. Absolutely delicious, I'm sure. Cooked all the way through. Look at, nice and puffed up. Awesome. Yeah, again. So you can see a lot of these recipes use very staple ingredients: flour, some sugar, baking powder, all that stuff. And it's a lot of stuff I keep around camp. So it's good because I just have to bring in supplemental things to make different meals. So I hope you give this a try. It's really, really good. Like I said, there's a lot of different bannock recipes out there. Check them out. I use a couple different ones, but this is one of my favorite. So definitely give it a try. This was Dan Wowak with Coalcracker Bushcraft. Stay in the woods.